Hey Lan. I am doing really well. Hopefully you had a really good weekend and week and you're all prepared for the upcoming weekend. The chat is really quiet, so why don't you go ahead and get your question in, and I'm gonna do, of course, our community read. So, welcome to my live stream. I am Brittany, the Cosmic Lunar Soul. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a subscriber. So we are going to just do a end of week reflection. It's not quite Friday. Come in here on a Thursday since I'm traveling tomorrow. So as I'm shuffling, just think of the things throughout the week so far that you can reflect on. And let's pull some cards. The first one we have here is prosperity and abundance. I really love this, and this is a really great card to reflect on. So, um, if you have anything that has happened throughout the week where you feel like you might have been really prosperous, you might have really gained a lot of abundance, kind of reflect on that. How does that affect you? How, maybe positively or negatively? Let's see what else we have. We have speak your mind. I wonder if that situation that you were reflecting on that brought that abundance, brought that prosperity happened because you were able to finally speak your mind. If you're someone who doesn't like to do that, or someone who tends to avoid doing that, or just doesn't feel good at doing that, maybe this is something you can reflect on. What situations happened this past week where you think you probably should have spoken your mind? And let's pull one more card. One final card here. We have rebirth and reinvention. So I feel like there's like a thing that's happening, that you go through this like sort of happy moment with feeling prosperous, gaining some abundance in some part of your life. And maybe that is starting to spark a lot of confidence where you feel like you can start to speak your mind more, or you start to notice moments where you should have spoken your mind more. And that could really just lead to a whole rebirth, a whole healing, emotionally, mentally. It could just be a full transformation and basically a new you, or a rebranding almost. So what situation falls in this path here along this journey? Think of those things that happened this past week that perhaps reflects that. All right. So, Lan, your question. Oops. Oh, yeah, I chose the right one. Okay, so you want to know what A is thinking about you currently. So, since the queue is quiet, I will go ahead and pull two cards for you. Okay, what is A currently feeling for Lan? A's current feelings. Oops. All right, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like A is probably distracted with other things. They're not really worried about finding new passions or finding any new romances or anything like that. Emotions aren't really at the forefront of this person's mind. A is really at the heart of things, is really trying to work on finding some balance within his life, either with his job. Sorry, I don't know each gender, but so I don't mean to assume, but A is trying to find some balance. So it could be either financially with their job, or it could be with their home dynamics. I feel like it's probably leaning more to something that is more financial. It could be like maybe some big bill came up or something like that, because we have here the Four of Wands, which is finding stability. So this person is working on becoming stable. I don't really think romance or anything like that is really at the forefront of A's mind. So I don't really think they're thinking much of you, either good or bad. They have bigger priorities at the moment. Hi, Facebook user. This Four of Wands, or I'm sorry, Four of Pentacles indicates that they're trying to uh, keep things close. So they're trying not to spread themselves too thin. That's part of them trying to find that stability. So, Lan, if you're hoping of some positive thoughts, like either romantically or just like general friendship or anything like that, it's not bad. It's just nothing, if that makes sense. It's just a low priority until this person can find that balance, find that stability in their lives. So hopefully that makes some sense. Facebook user, who are you? So I know. And for anybody curious, this is the um, Everyday Witch Tarot. And then this is the Everyday Witch Oracle. If you have a question, Facebook user, go ahead, put it in the chat. And I guess, Lane, I'll pull a quick oracle card for you. Let's see. What is A thinking of Lan? Hi, Heather. Let me see if I can find the link real quick. Let me pull this one card. A thinking of. Let's see here. So we have strength and resilience. No, I don't think love is on the table at this point. This is at this stage, it seems more like he's just trying to get by with whatever is going on. So that maybe later, maybe sometime down the line, but at this stage, he has to go through whatever he has to go through, and then maybe you can revisit this reading, Lan. Sorry, I know you're hoping for more of a love thing, but A is definitely focusing on themselves. So I don't think they're focusing on their ex either. Let's see. Let me see if I can find the link. One second, guys. So if you want to join the queue, make sure you use !join. My Facebook users and anybody that tips gets priority. And I can't find the link, Heather. It's fine. Yeah, Kitty, thank you for joining the queue. I got you in. Megan, go ahead, use !join so I don't lose you, just in case other people join in while I'm giving Kitty the reading. All right. Kitty, go ahead and yeah, I know who you are, Heather. Kitty, go ahead, put your question in the chat, and Heather, you can go ahead and put your question in the chat. And for those of you just joining, just remember, this is my Everyday Witch Tarot. This is my Everyday Witch Oracle. Let's see. All right. So, Kitty, you want to know if there's a future with you and your guy? Let's see. I'm going to get a quick shuffle here. I'm gonna ask what is the future with you two, if that's okay. What is the future with Kitty and their person and their guy? Excuse my cat. He likes to wail in the background for no reason. All right. So you have the Queen of Wands. I think you guys will have a really stellar future together. Remember, the future is not set in stone. It is basically it is based off of the actions you take to get to this point. So take future readings with a grain of salt. It is based off of your actions. So with that being said, I think with the Queen of Wands, yeah, there definitely is a possibility of getting back together. The Queen of Wands is someone who is really compassionate, but yes, also really passionate and inspiring. And the queens are usually someone who has reached a point of maturity uh, that is sort of pleasing to people, I guess is a good way to say. But then also there is this concept of growth with the Queen of Wands. I feel like I said Queen of Swords for a second, but for the Queen of Wands, there is this element of growth. So I feel like that there is a good possibility of you guys getting back together if you allow yourself to grow, and perhaps for this guy to grow as well. So perhaps this time apart is good because it gives you the chance to grow alone, and that way you can come back together. There is also this element of um, creativity and intuition. So as you go along this path, just keep that in mind. Focus on growing, focus on tapping into your intuition, focus on those kinds of things, and try not to get too bogged down. Like, don't think too much about it. Just kind of let it happen organically. All right. Hopefully that helps. Hope that gives you some inspiration, some things to strive towards. So remember, guys, if you want to join the queue, just use exclamation join. Um, let's see. I'm gonna get my Facebook user because if you join my Facebook group, you get priority. And I have in the queue, I have Ramadana and Aliza. So Marie, if you want a reading, just use exclamation point join and join the queue. Kitty, you're very welcome. Good luck. And feel free to hang out if you want. We have some fun games. You can always check with the Magic 8 Ball if you have other questions. All right. So Heather, you want to know just general overall state of your business over the next week or two? Okay. Let's see. Woo. Make sure you guys don't put your questions in early because I'm just going to end up asking you again. Let's pull an oracle card for an overall energy of the state of your business. Let's see. For the next week or two. Affirmations for acceptance. So I think that this is probably going to be a lot of a mental game that happens over the next 2 weeks. Let's see what the tarot has to say about it. Let's see. General reading for Heather. How's your business going to be in the next week or two? Guys, let me know in the comments how your holiday was if you were in the States. Did you do anything fun? Did you travel? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords, we have the Sun reverse, and the Star reverse. So I think you are gonna have some struggles, and I think maybe this is where these affirmations for acceptance come in. Is just understanding that business has its ebb and flow. So obviously the Three of Swords, we'll just get that out of the way, is all about feeling disappointment, feeling grief, and that is bound to happen with a business, right? And your business is more or less your baby. It's like another member of the family. So when it's not doing well, you kind of internalize that. So it's going to be something that you will have to process. But then we also have the Sun reverse. And even reverse, it's not a terrible card. It's just things that we're internalizing. So instead of like that external success and joy, we're internalizing the opposite. So you're starting to feel like playing off of this Three of Swords, you're starting to feel some of the sadness, and maybe it's leading to depression, or make it could be causing you to make selfish decisions that aren't necessarily good for the business. So I would say throughout the next week or two, be careful about making any hasty decisions about anything, because like I said, it's a journey. So there's going to be some highs and lows, and believe me, I understand, especially in the summer. Summer is also, just coming from my business perspective, the summer is the slowest time of year, is one of the slowest times of year, for online businesses, especially because people are traveling so much. So just keep that in mind. And then we have here the moon in reverse. Same thing. The kind of all the same energy across the board. Frustration, you're just overall unhappy, you're sad about what's happening. And that's literally, these three cards are different points of that same thing. So overall, I would say that perhaps it won't get better in the next week or two. And this is just saying here, this affirmations for acceptance is just saying you have to accept the dips. And sometimes when our money is on the line, it's really hard to do because you're very reliant on that, right? So just kind of go through this. I wish it was a little more positive, but it's just something that is unfortunately a part of life, and I hope I'm not scaring you too much. Because remember, like I always say, the future's not set in stone, so there are like things that we can do to hopefully change things around. I am just a random girl on the internet. So I hope that helps, Heather, or at least gives you clarity. I don't think that was necessarily helpful. All right, guys, make sure you use exclamation point join to enter the queue. Let's see. Up next, I have Ramonda. Ramonda, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And then after Ramonda, I have Eliza. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. All right, let's get your question. No space between exclamation point and join. It's all like one word. Let's see. I'm going to rephrase your question and make it more open-ended instead of a yes or no. So I'm going to ask, what move is Raymond going to make? Or what actions will Raymond take? That way we can get a little more detail on your reading. Yep. There we go. So let's see here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So I don't think. Hi. Um, Hopefully you guys are doing well. Sassy, got your entry. So great. Thank you. So we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and I think that this is probably a sign that Raymond either won't take any action, or if he does, it's not really gonna be the right moves to make. The Wheel of Fortune is basically, it's just, I guess the best way to put it is bad luck, right? So think of it as like the cycle of life. Obviously, we have our ups when this is upright, and then we have our downs when this is reversed. So I think that just means that there's going to be perhaps a little misfortune in this realm of hoping that Raymond takes any actions, and that could change. It's just at this stage of the game, maybe he's not ready yet. Maybe he's distracted. I'm not sure. It's hard with one card, but I don't think you should expect any sort of actions from Raymond anytime soon. But as I always say, future's not set in stone. So if you want to basically grease the wheel a little, maybe that will help set things in motion. But the way things are looking right now at this moment, I don't think he's going to be taking too much action. Hi, Dynamite. How are you doing today? Hi, Kiana. Hopefully, I said your name right. Aliza, go ahead, put your question in the queue, and then after I have Sassy. And guys, just remember, if you would like a more detailed reading, like the one I gave previously, includes oracle cards and multi tarot cards, then you can go ahead and use my tip link in the description. I'm glad you're doing well today, Dynamite. We are almost to the weekend, guys. Almost there. Today is my Friday, but you guys are almost to the weekend. Let's see. Are you and your ex gonna get back together soon? Whew. There we go. Are Eliza and ex gonna get back together soon? Jacqueline, if you'd like a reading, make sure you, yep, there you go. All right, let's see. We have the Nine of Swords. I don't think so. There's still way too much anxiety and stuff that's going on between you guys. And as I always say, if you guys ever hang out in Dr. Mystical's chat, we have like a joke about exes is like no more exes, kind of like no more wire hangers. So this is a sign of there being anxiety between you guys. There's still a lot of stress. There's still a lot of negative thoughts. And I don't think it's the right time, personally. I feel like exes are for a reason. So perhaps that's why this card is coming up. So one of you or both of you are still holding on to whatever pulled you guys apart to begin with. Guys, don't put your questions in the chat early because I'm just going to ask you again. So if you want to join the queue, make sure you use !join. So I hope that helps a little, Eliza, but I would kind of avoid that with like a 90-foot pole if you can. Up next, we have Sassy. So go ahead, Sassy, put your question in the chat. And then after Sassy, we have Jacqueline. Oh, that was really loud. It's my drink reminder, so I remembered to drink some water, which I'm almost out of. So !join, all lowercase, all one word with the exclamation point in the front. Let's see. Does he have more feelings than he's leading on? Ooh, just friends or more. Let's see. Oof. And if you guys are enjoying these readings, guys, go ahead and give me a like. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe. One exclamation point, no spaces, lowercase join. All one word. All right, let's see. We have, ooh, Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like yes, but perhaps this person is a little slow on letting people know how they feel. The Queen of Pentacles is both energy or emotional, like water type energy, plus very rooted earth energy from the Pentacles. So this is a lot of slower moving stuff. So if this person is maybe a little shy or still working out their emotions, this could be a kind of long state to be in. But I feel like maybe they feel very connected to you. It may not necessarily be like feelings of like romantic feelings. Uh it could just be really strong close friend vibes. It's hard to tell with the Queen of Pentacles, but it makes me think more of someone who feels like there is a lot of abundance in the relationship, someone who is still really happy with you regardless. And sometimes when people are rooted in that kind of energy, they're not sure themselves yet. So you just kind of have to go with the flow a little bit. And if you, I always say this, if you want something to happen, you might have to push a little because there needs to be maybe a little bit of fire under her feet to kind of get her moving, if that makes sense. So um, I think that this is still looking good. I would say this is still looking good. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's really like um emotionally mature but still very grounded and like I said, full of abundance, very nurturing. So I feel like that he sees a lot of these really good qualities in you. It just hasn't manifested in whether it's just like a really strong friendship or something more. But regardless, I think that this is really great bond you guys are building together. And to be honest, these are like really good cards to get when you are hoping to someday have a relationship with someone, because this is someone who is really grounded, someone who's really rooted, and that means once they make a decision on you, it's like set for life. So really good energy. Jacqueline, you're up next. Then have Jessica, Lil Dynamite, and then Shweta. Thank you guys for using my Qbot. I know it's a little confusing because I feel like I'm one of the few YouTubers that uses a Qbot, but trying something new. You're welcome. Ooh, fourth interview. Ugh, don't get me on this soapbox about how annoying jobs are with the rigmarole of like making you go through 40,000 interviews. Okay. So you just kind of want like the current and future of what's going on with this job that you're dealing with. Okay. This desired job. Let's see. Yeah, it should be illegal to have more than like two interviews, like maybe a phone or online one, and then if they like you, bring you in person. So we have Temperance in reverse, which is really ambiguous actually. So temperance is really the card of like balance and sort of, what's the word, like middle of the line is probably a good word to describe it. But I think, let me think on this for a second. I think I might pull another card for some clarity because temperance doesn't fully answer the question. It's sometimes hard with reverse cards because this card in reverse is about competition, and that's what interviews are. So it's like saying, oh, you have some competition, but we know that. Hi, Cryotoast. Let's see. We'll pull one more card for you just to get a better idea. So I feel like what it's saying right now is like you have some competition, but let's see what the future brings. And maybe that means things are still a little too in flux because you have that final interview happening. Ooh, but then we have the Knight of Pentacles, one of my favorite knights. He is the knight of, he's the only knight who's not impulsive. So there is this sign of like forging forward, but with this air of stability. There's planning, there's but still facing forward. So I feel like maybe with the combination of temperance and this knight here, this Knight of Pentacles, it's saying that they'll see that you've been you're, despite the competition, you're prepared for this. You are efficient and ambitious, and I think they just kind of see you like flying right on ahead. And I think that's probably a good sign that your fourth interview will go pretty well. But um but yeah, so it just depends on how the fourth interview ultimately goes with the competition, but I think for you, they'll really see you in a really nice light. It will probably go really well for you, but it's really hard because that is a really undecided thing. So I don't know what that final decision is going to be, and I don't want to like lead you on either. But I can say from this, I at least see that it's like you're fighting through the competition and really shining and moving forward. So I just I'm always leery about telling people like, yes, you're gonna get the job you want. Yes, you're gonna fight off that illness you have, because I'm not a doctor and I'm not the person interviewing you, but I think you have the tools you need to get through it. And I wish you a lot of luck because interviews are not my strong suit. You're very welcome. All right, Jessica, you are up next. Oh, there we go. Good luck. Hopefully, you find out soon how the interview went and if you got the job. All right, so let me read off the queue. Jessica, you're up next. You can go ahead and put your question in the chat. And then Little Dynamite, thank you for being patient. You will be after her, followed by Shweta, Cryotoast, and then Lil Corey. And if you guys want to pass the time, you can always ask the Magic 8 Ball some questions. Let's see. Do you scare this guy and will it get back to normal? Let's see what's going on. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. I don't think you necessarily scare him. I think a good way to put it is that maybe you... I'm trying to discern whether this is a him thing or a you thing, but I'll just describe the situation and then we'll get through it. But the swords are very air energy, so it's a lot of internalized thoughts, a lot of just very mental things that are happening. So upright, the Five of Swords is about tension, but in reverse, it's actually like finding resolution. So I think things are going to go back to normal, But I think that things were not necessarily not normal. Like, I don't think anything happened. I think that perhaps there just might have been a moment where one of you or both of you overthought a situation and then made things not normal, if that makes sense. So, like, if you can't pinpoint any one thing happening, I think it would just might have been like one slightly off moment, ended up being internalized, overthought, and then it made it odd. But in reverse, to be honest, the Five of Swords is like finding understanding and coming back together. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think it's just letting the weirdness pass for a second. So that is good news. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Stella, thank you for joining the queue. Kara, I got you as well. Little Dynamite, thank you so much for being so patient. You are up next. Shweta, you are already in the queue. You will be up after Little Dynamite. You're very welcome, Jessica. So if you guys are enjoying this reading, make sure you give me a like, give me a subscribe if you so please. It helps with the algorithm. And again, if you want to chat, tell me how your holiday was, what your plans are for the weekend. SMK, Sashi, yes, the queue is still open. Use exclamation point join, no spaces, all lowercase. Let's see. How does your husband still feel about you? Let's see what we have. Three of Wands. So I think that the Three of Wands is actually a card of like a lot of fire energy and a lot of passion, and but it's kind of lower. It's like at the beginning of the journey. So there is this strength that you still have between you guys. There's this strength that perhaps he still has to tap into himself. But overall, the Three of Wands is about strategizing and planning. So if you guys want to, the answer to will you resolve your conflicts is solid maybe if you do these things. So, and I mean, you have to do these things. So if you haven't already, try discussing the plans to get to that point of resolution. You can do it with yourself first and then do it with him as like an exercise, perhaps. This can mean a lot of different things, but it depends really what works for you guys. So I think that overall, there is still really strong, passionate, inspirational strength between you. You just really have to plan and really dig in to make this resolution possible, because right now it's not like a guaranteed thing. It's something you have to put in actual work for. So hopefully that that helps you. And if you are putting in the work already, this is a sign that keep going, because like I said, this card has a strength behind it. That means that if you're already doing something, it is leading you in a good direction, and to keep it up. So if you're worried, like whatever you've been doing, you're curious how that is affecting the situation, you're getting the green light to keep on moving. All right, up next we have Shweta, followed by Cryotos, Lil Corey, Kara, and then Stella Maria. You're so welcome. Good luck, Lil Dynamite. I hope that works out for you. Let's see. Ubenga. make sure you join the queue. Yeah, it's definitely difficult, little dynamite. Like you have to like navigate your own emotions and then navigate his emotions and then navigate the emotions together. So it's definitely not going to be an easy process, which is why I think you have that wand energy, that fire, making sure you keep working at it. All right, Shweta, what's next in your love life? Remember, guys, if you would like a multi-card reading, any tip will also get you skip to the front of the line. We'll get you a multi-card reading and an oracle pull. Let's see. Next in Shweta's love life. We have the Emperor in reverse. I feel like you are going to be getting out of some old ways. If you've previously sort of had like set things that, or a set type or set qualities that you look for in like a person, perhaps someone is finally going to turn that around, whether that be yourself or someone you meet. So but there is a warning in this card as well, not to become chaotic, if that makes sense. So don't completely throw away the things that that you make you, right? So the things that make you happy and the things that are it's okay, Cryo. It happens. Your trigger finger was a little fast there. But yeah, so I feel like too, this is a warning not to invite anyone into your life that makes you feel powerless, that takes that strength away from you. Because the Emperor in reverse can be about breaking that like power structure, but it could also be about being drained and feeling like you need to avoid certain things or avoid the things that used to make you happy. So I would say coming up next, you have a bit of a journey, and I think it's about discovering yourself, rediscovering yourself. If you have just gotten out of a relationship or something like that, this is about discovering yourself and finding where you fit into the situation. So I don't know that necessarily you're going to be bringing anyone in. Let me see here. Sometimes cards are just so ambiguous, so let's see what more details we have. Yeah, Two of Swords. So this is you're gonna have to go through a personal journey first before you have anything that happens in your love life. But I think that's a good thing. I think what will happen is that you start to make decisions about what's important in your life, things that will make you happy, things that are important to you, so so forth. So and it all stems with this Emperor in reverse. And another thing too that's coming to me is like, if you previously felt powerless, this Two of Swords is going to help you determine what it is that you need in order to regain that power. So you have quite a journey ahead of you. I don't think that it is leading to anything romantic yet, but I think it'll lead you to healing in a way that will help with all future romantic endeavors. All right, Cryo. I already have your question, so I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. Let's see what your next steps should be for the fastest draw in the West. I'm just joking. What is the next step in love for Cryo? You're welcome. Ooh, the Hierophant. Interesting. Um, the Hierophant is like a two-part thing for me. It could be like going back to the basics almost, where you are going back to the things that you traditionally were looking for in your love life. But then there is also the twist of finding your spirituality. And that doesn't have to be like anything mystical or or whatever, but basically the things that internally make you feel whole or fulfilled. So whatever that means to you, whatever spirituality means to you. Um, but I really like the Hierophant because it's also about finding guidance. So if you have someone trusted in your life that you can talk to, who knows your history, maybe talk to them and see, it sometimes helps to have someone benchmark your journey, so someone who can hold you accountable. And perhaps that's you need, like a little Svengali, someone to bounce ideas off of, and they can help you tap into your intuition. So if you have someone like that, perhaps reach out to them and see what it is that you can do more specifically. But I think also too, I mentioned intuition. Find ways to tap into that intuition. It'll help you discern the things that are, or I shouldn't say things, the people that would be fulfilling in your life and the people that wouldn't. So I hope that helps. One of the main things I always get from the Hierophant is to find like a person to help you. Because sometimes it's hard to do on your own because you get so in like pattern. It's hard to break out of if someone doesn't tell you, hey, you're in this pattern. Violet, exclamation point, join, all lowercase. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Next up, we have little Corey. No quotations. Yeah, you're very welcome, Shweta. I'm glad that helped. What's next for you and the kill? Let's see. So I'm gonna leave the queue open for like 2 more minutes. So go ahead and get those last exclamation points first and then join. There you go. What's next for LaCory and a kill? Okay. No problem. I know it's a little unorthodox because I'm one of the few YouTubers that uses a chatbot, but it helps me stay organized. You have the Magician in reverse, so I think there is a little bit of a there's a few things that can be going on with the Magician in reverse. Sometimes these are hard when they're just one card, but I think overall the main thing that is going on is perhaps that if you guys haven't made a move yet, maybe you're going to continue procrastinating. There's like this lack of action that is happening, and a lack of action that seems to continue to happen, and maybe this is just a pattern that you guys are in. So and by lack of action, I could overgeneralize and just say like stagnancy. So I think that perhaps you need to put a plan into action, how you're going to kind of get out of this like hamster wheel you guys are in, and make decisive efforts to do specific things. Because the Magician, even upright, the Magician is sort of a jack of all trades. So there's a lot of things you guys could be doing, but perhaps aren't. And usually when I explain stuff like that, something comes to mind. There's something that pops up in your mind immediately. Whatever that is the thing that you perhaps should be focusing on. But upright, there's also this air of like accomplishment. So I feel like if you can get out of this wheel perhaps, or stagnant like spot that you guys are in, I think that you will start to see some accomplishments happen, even though it doesn't have to be anything specific that you have to tackle. You'll just start to see a lot of changes and you'll feel accomplished together for them. All right, Kara, you are up next. Let's see. I have Stella, followed by Charity. Why didn't... So you need to use Ubenga. You need to use exclamation point join, not L or I. I can't tell what that is, unfortunately. You're very welcome, little Corey. Let's see what's going on with you and Dale. Will Kara and Dale be friends again very soon? Let's see. Let's see if you guys will be friends. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. Yes, but I don't think it'll necessarily be soon, but I think this is a solid yes. And I think that it will be a process to get to the point you guys were at previously. Whatever happened, it will take time to get over that. But the Nine of Pentacles is so it's really cool because you can see her lounging with the luxuries around her and really relaxed and around this beautiful blossoming tree full of like nurturing and nature and growth, really. So there is this growth that's happening. But I will say that even if it's a long process, so I'm going to say it's no to very soon, but yes, it will happen. And I think that is actually for the best because it gives you guys time to put down solid roots, which is what Pentacles is. It's earth energy. So it's very slow moving, but it's very worthwhile because you start to, when you take care of a garden, right? You are letting these roots grow. You're letting this, you're letting the, sorry, my cat is like over here, like you're done. You've been here long enough. But you're letting this foundation build up. So what I will say is, yes, you guys will be friends. Just don't rush the process. Don't skip important steps in doing that. All right, Stella, you are up next, followed by Charity and then Ubenga. Priya, I don't think that worked. Go ahead and try again. I don't know why it's okay. Starting to trickle in. So Stella, if you are still here, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And don't forget, guys, go ahead and put your okay. Yeah, you're very welcome, Kara. Good luck. Oh, sorry, Violet. Did I miss you somehow? I don't think it took. Sorry about that. Charity, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And then Violet, I have you up next, and then Ubenga. And then we have Priya. Okay, awesome. Yeah, you're very welcome. Sorry about that. Um, Charity, are you with your twin flame? Let's see. Is Charity with their twin flame? Six of Cups in reverse. No, you are not. Um, I don't know if you want it more detailed than that, but yeah, the Six of Cups is more or less a card of disappointment and um, being naive. And there's also an element of abuse. So hopefully things are going well with you. But ultimately, no, you are not with your twin flame. All right, Violet, you're up next, followed by Ubenga, and then I will be finishing up with Priya. Oh, and awesome! Your question like showed up in the note. That's really cool. Custard, I am actually the queue is closed for the night, but you can catch me next time. Oh, Stella, you're here. Okay. Go ahead, put your question in chat, and I will do that after Violet. Let's see what the outcome is if you take your child's father back. Outcome if Stella takes a child's father back. Yeah, no problem, Custard. Sorry we missed each other. You can join me next Friday, though. I will be back. Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, this is really good. So I think that overall you will have new beginnings, specifically in terms of the family unit. So if you look at this card, this person is really feeling victorious, starting their new journey. And that's, I think, how you should look at it, is that this is a new journey. So wipe the slate clean, start fresh, enjoy the new things that this would bring. So that means don't hang on to anything old. But also, as I mentioned in a previous reading, Pentacles is earth energy, so don't rush the process. Enjoy the new journey, enjoy the new start, the fresh start, and just start to build from there as if this had been a brand new relationship to begin with. But the thing about Pentacles is that it represents the physical things in our lives, and a lot of times it can represent family. So this could be a sign of new beginnings for the entire family and not just you. So it's really good that I really like this Ace of Pentacles for you. Oh man, my position thing didn't work. Priya, you're second. You're going to be up after Ubenga. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, that's fine. Stella. So I'm going to get Stella. You're very welcome, Violet. Good luck. I'm going to get Stella, and then Ubenga, go ahead and put your question in the chat. Stella, you just want to know what is coming towards you. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Starting to get a lot of cups in the end of this reading. So I would warn with the Page of Cups in reverse, be careful about being impulsive about where you're spending your emotional energy. The Page of Cups is generally a card of like contentment and confidence. So in reverse, maybe this is a little bit overconfident, maybe putting too many eggs in one basket, and you start to act on insecurities. It makes you do impulsive things. So just really be mindful of that. So whatever, I would say, when you're starting to feel like that is happening, slow down and reflect on that and try to, sometimes what I like to say is flip this upside down, up, flip this up right. And tap into that confidence and that contentment, the things that don't want don't make you want to just act on things without thinking about it. So that is yeah, that's kind of what's coming towards you. I feel like you're going to have some things that might kind of throw you a little bit off balance, that cause you to act a little impulsively. Maybe you tap into a little immaturity that is happening, but yeah, just be a little mindful. You're very welcome. So I closed the queue for the night. So I am just taking up the final folks that are in the queue currently, but I'm not accepting any new questions for the night. All right, Ubenga, and then I will finish up with you, Violet. So this is 2 questions. So I'm gonna go with the first one. If your Pisces is gonna contact you now, and then we'll see if anything else comes of that. Because it's hard to glean a lot of stuff from just one card. So we have the Lovers in reverse. So I don't think he'll contact you anytime soon. The and I guess it does kind of answer the second question as well. I don't think that there are any lingering or any sort of romantic feelings that are going on with this Lovers in reverse here, because well, in reverse, it's a card of disconnect. So I don't think that, because they are disconnected from you, because they feel separated from you for whatever reason. I can't really tell all of that, but because of that, I don't think they have any intention of contacting you, and I'm not sure that there are any lingering romantic feelings that are happening. So I am sorry to announce that. Up next for our final person, we have I feel like I just selected Priya, but Violet, I didn't do yours, did I? Am I crazy? I don't think I did yours. Okay. Yes, I did. I'm just nuts. I'm mixing you and Priya up for some reason. Priya, you are up next, so go ahead, put your question in the chat. I'll have to fix that that command, the position command's not working for some reason. All right, Priya, what's on Ram's mind about Priya? Seven of Swords, interesting. Seven of Swords is basically a sneaky card. It's a card about deceit, irresponsibility, gosh, betrayal. So I feel like this person might not have the best intentions for you. I don't know how you guys met or how you guys know each other, but I wonder if this person is misleading you in some kind of way, because ultimately one of the main themes of this card is betrayal. So I would be leery about this person, especially if you don't know them well. If you do know them well, then perhaps they are misleading you in order to not hurt your feelings. So there is that consideration as well. But it depends, of course, it depends on the amount of the level of familiarity you guys have with each other. So I would just regardless, I would just be careful. So, thank you so much for waiting. And guys, if you want more in-depth readings, if you enjoyed these readings, make sure you give me a like and subscribe. And if you guys are dating, then very well could. The Seven of Swords is definitely a card of that kind of thing. And even if it's like not physically cheating, it could be something emotional, like maybe he's just thinking of other people but not acting on it, but still that's very hurtful. So, and he's still like misleading you on how he feels about you guys in general. But yeah, I would be leery overall because like I said, the Seven of Swords is definitely, it pops up frequently in cheating situations. So you're very welcome. I am sorry for that news, but I hope things do work out regardless, whatever you decide to do. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. You can catch me next week on Friday. Hi Sabrina, sorry you missed me for the night. I will be back here next Friday. Um, but yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram. Sometimes I give out free readings there. Uh, but yeah, I'm sorry we missed each other, but if you subscribe, you'll get notification when I go live again, so we don't miss each other. But I have a very hangry cat that is bothering me, so I will catch you guys in the next live. See you later.